Hi, my name is Beth Hiley here for BoardGameGeek at Gen Con 2016. I'm sitting down with Joshua Lebkowitz of Grey Fox Games, and you've brought us London Dread.
I have. I brought you London Dread.
I know, which it fills our board end to end. A lot of people have been really excited about this one.
Yeah, and we're really excited about this one.
Why don't you just give us a little overview of like what is the what are we trying to accomplish in this game? What's our theme?
Okay, so London Dread is a cooperative game of Victorian horror. And so everybody in this game plays an investigator with a personal trauma that has drawn them into this world of London Dread. And every game of London Dread is a story. So the goal in each game is to discover and defeat the antagonist of your particular story.
Now, are there a set amount of stories per game, or is this something that is going to grow and evolve?
I mean, we hope it's going to grow and evolve because the stories included here, there are 4 complete stories with the base game, and they are part of a larger arc. But unlike something like Time Stories, this doesn't have the spoiler effect. You could hypothetically sit down, read the whole story guide, know the plot, and still have the game be just as exciting as it would be otherwise. The sort of core mechanic in this game is that you're uncovering major plot points, which are critical moments for your characters. They draw from a personality deck to find something that is part of their backstory and what attributes they bring to these plot points. And then based on how they're resolved, there's a series of outcomes. So you can play through the story and have everything go right and get all sorts of bonuses and find a pagan ritual and perform it successfully, and that can be great. Or you can have everything go wrong and have the dread go crazy and be stumbling from murder scene to opium den until you eventually go mad trying to do magic.
And if people can't tell from the display here that we're on a aerial map of London here. Now, if you were gonna, of all the really spectacular materials that you're gonna have out here, if you're gonna pick one that you wanted to show people as this is the thing that is the thing you're most proud of in this game, do you have one? What would you pick?
Yeah, I mean, it's 2-tiered, right? Like this action clock.
Yeah, that's the one I was eyeing. So
this is kind of the defining feature of this game. And so the game, when we've tried to find touchstones for people, and I tell them it's kind of Arkham Horror meets Space Alert, and I don't know how you make that mashup. People are like, I don't really know what you mean, and I'm like, that's as good as I got. But this action clock is where you do your programming, and so the game has a timed element, 12 minutes of timed planning, and then an untimed story phase where you resolve all your stuff. And the action clock is the key to planning, where you take these tokens and use them to indicate which areas of the city your characters will be going to. And as you reveal these cards, basically what you're doing is unfolding a massive puzzle that you're going to solve as a group in real time, where you organize characters to go together to the same locations and bring their particular strengths against the attributes of this challenge. So like, if you're doing this necessary evil, this dark ritual, then having this sort of mad occultist is very useful, and maybe having the showgirl is not so great. But if you need somebody to go and say a prayer for you, you'll want to go ahead and send the nun. And so using this clock allows you to set these 12 actions with other players in real time, and then you sit down and resolve them and see how you did.
Now, how long do you think a full investigation would take you?
Yeah, a full game, a full story is about 90 minutes. And the base game, like I said, comes with 4 stories. The first one is basically a half story. It's the introductory chapter. And so that one will only take you about an hour. But generally, a game of London Dread will take you about 90 minutes. You'll have two chapters in a scenario, and that's 2 12-minute planning phases, and then however long it takes you to execute, followed by your epic final battle.
Now, because this is in real time, there is a part that has to be specifically timed. Is there, because I'm just looking at the materials in front of me, do you just suggest people use a timer on their own?
They absolutely can use a timer on their own, but there is a companion app for this game that will read the flavor text and give you the timer. It's not necessary. A story guide is provided, so you can sit down and read the flavor text yourself and time it with your cell phone or a watch, whatever you like. But there's a companion app that should be live on the Google Play Store right now, and will be coming to iDevices in about a month, because their approval process takes some time.
Details.
Yeah.
Well, Joshua, I think a lot of people have, as I said, been really excited about this one. And before I let you go, I do want to highlight a little bit that you've got some really fantastically awesome custom dice here.
Yeah, and that's actually the second component that made me think about, because I love these. We made them sort of ivory bone colored, as though they would be in the Victorian era, and these are the dice used to resolve your plot points. And and see whether you have success or failure. And then this is your trauma die, because whenever your personal backstory comes back to haunt you, you run the risk of gaining dread or going mad or becoming injured.
Well, I'm so glad you brought this by, and if anyone else wants to check this out, this is London Dread by Grey Fox Games, which is as spectacular in person as I imagine it is on camera. And Joshua, thank you so much.
Thanks so much.